Hey, what's going on, guys? For this video I got a double Moab with an MP7 on Hardhat. This is probably the best double Moab I've ever gotten. I know it's been a while since I made any videos or did any commentaries. That's because I took a break from Call of Duty for almost 4 months. I played Black Ops for about 3 weeks and I absolutely hated it. I got halfway through my 6th Prestige and I just stopped playing. I didn't sell the game right away though because I really like playing zombies. Me and one of my clan members, Hydro Blazer, got to level 50 on Town Survival. We were actually on the top page of the leaderboards, but it glitched out and they removed a bunch of people, so I'm not there anymore. And I know people got a lot higher than 50 now. I was going to keep my Black Ops just to play zombies and stuff, but when I found out the multiplayer maps were in the same package as the new zombie maps, I just decided to sell the game. I didn't want to pay for something like multiplayer maps that I was never going to use, plus I really didn't want to give any more money to Treyarch because I already felt ripped off that I wasted all the money on the game in the first place. A lot of people were asking me why I hated the game so much, so I'll tell you guys some of the reasons. Well, actually I have a bunch of reasons, but I won't sit here and detail every single thing about the game that I hate. I'll just tell you guys like the main reasons why I hated it so much. First off, and the worst thing about the game was the lag compensation for me. So many times I'd get killed before I even saw the guy on my screen, or I'd drop dead 10 feet around a corner because someone shot me but I really wasn't there anymore. The maps are way too big for the amount of players. Like, to go from the fast-paced smaller maps of MW3 to the big maps full of clutter on Black Ops was such a boring change. Plus, all the maps have a head glitch on every single corner imaginable. They said they wanted to make people camp less, but they allow anyone to head glitch everywhere, which doesn't make any sense. What also pissed me off really bad was that they took the footsteps out of the game. Every single Call of Duty since the beginning has had footsteps. It's one of the main things about the COD games. In MW3, even without sitrep, I could hear people's footsteps. In Black Ops 2, if I had awareness and dead silence, there wasn't any aircraft, gunshots, or explosions going on, I could barely hear footsteps of enemies that were 5 feet away from me. I felt like a chicken with my head cut off running around pointlessly. Having that three-dimensional sound just made COD games so much better on a different level than any other first-person shooters. It was like truly being aware of your entire environment, and Black Ops 2 stole that from me. The last thing I'll say about Black Ops, or why I hated it, is that none of the kill streaks felt new or cool to me. It was bad enough that I didn't have specialists anymore, but I felt like I used every kill streak before in a different COD. There was no creativity in making them. You have the typical helicopter, which is in every COD. You have the AGR, which is just an assault drone. You have the Lodestar, which is just a Reaper. You have the Sentry gun, which isn't new. Typical UAV, counter UAV. Lightning Strike, which is just a mortar or airstrike. Hellfire Missile, which is just a slightly modified Predator missile. You got the Care Package, isn't new. I mean, even the Swarm, the best score streak in the game, is just a bunch of the same smaller score streak. Now that's pure non-innovative crap. Dogs aren't new and they run slow as turtles. Orbital VSAT is just a Blackbird or an advanced UAV. The Guardian is the only truly new kill streak that I felt took some creativity. The last reason I'll tell you guys about why I hated Black Ops 2 is the leaderboards. I thought the whole score per minute thing was a terrible idea. The fact that anyone could play a single game of a certain game type and become #1 in the world was the dumbest thing they could have done. If you were in a party with a full team and they let one guy on the team pick up every single tag in the game, that person would have a massive score per minute and be super high on the leaderboard even though they had no actual skill. Then all they had to do was never play that playlist again, so they would keep that super high leaderboard forever. Someone that played the game type all the time and played legit would have a way lower score per minute even though they had way more skill. That bothered me a lot. I just feel like they stole the most important things Call of Duty had that made it an amazing game to me. I know that some people like the game and I'm not making fun of it or anything, I'm just saying how I feel about it. I understand that people don't agree with me and everyone's entitled to their opinion. I will say Black Ops had some good ideas too. The way they made Ghost only work while people were moving was a good idea. It kept the camping down. I also like the way people couldn't scavenge more explosives if an explosive caused a kill. It allowed people to scavenge explosives, but it prevented people from camping with Bettys and Claymores and repeatedly scavenging them so they couldn't continue to camp, you know? To be honest, if Black Ops 2 didn't have any lag comp and it had footsteps, I would probably still be playing right now. I would have been able to overlook all that other stuff that was pissing me off. I just found it impossible to get into the game when I had no way to watch my own back, besides turning around every 3 seconds and not getting a fair amount of reaction time because of the crazy amount of lag comp. In my opinion, reaction time is the most important thing in a first-person shooter. You guys know that the guy who gets the first shot off usually gets the kill. Well, when a game purposely steals that away from me because they feel bad that some people have slow internet, it pisses me off. That's screwing with the core basics of the first-person shooter. But that's enough about Black Ops 2 for now. After I decided to stop playing the game, I got really into World of Warcraft for the last 4 months. That game is really addictive. I got my character to the max level, I got all the best gear and stuff for him. I'd probably still be playing the game if they didn't charge a subscription fee to play. It's definitely a great game, but once you get to the max level, you don't play nearly as much as you did when you were leveling up, and it kind of feels like a big waste of money. I mean, don't get me wrong though, there's a bunch of stuff to do at the max level, but it just doesn't feel as fun as when you were actually leveling up your character. Plus they have limits on all the points and stuff you can earn per week, which kind of sucks. You use like different kinds of points to buy different gear and stuff, but no matter how much you play, you can only earn a certain amount of points per week. I didn't really like that. When I want something, I want to be able to dedicate as much time as I can to get it without being limited by something like a weekly points cap. With the points cap in place, it takes like a week or two to get one piece of good gear instead of just allowing me to play the game like 18 hours a day and get it as fast as I can. But I did really enjoy playing it, I just didn't like the points cap. Since I'm done with World of Warcraft for now, I'm just going to go back to playing Skyrim and dropping Moabs. There's really no game out there like MW3. Nothing gets my heart beating faster than dropping Moabs. I freaking love it. I know I'm not number 1 anymore because that booster passed me. I think he's up to like 155,000 denies already. And every time I see that, I have to laugh. He is such a terrible player. He's literally the last person in the world that deserves to be number 1. I think he's reset his stats 5 times, and he still can't keep a positive KD because of all his tack and cert boosting. I've dropped so many Moabs on that noob and his entire boosting clan, and they still talk shit to me all the time. It's really actually kind of pathetic. But unfortunately, I don't feel like playing MW3 enough to get my number 1 spot back, but I am going to keep playing until a new COD comes out. Well guys, this was my double Moab on Hardhat. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.